Welcome back, life travelers, to another video by Ricardos Travels.
All that I want is for you to be happy. Give me a chance to show that you can be. Well, open your eyes and see the way I see. 'Cause all that I want is for you to be happy with me.
Okay, getting started. I want to let everybody know that's already seen the first episodes of this multi-part series. I'm going to recap those just real quick. So I'm going to put up on the screen if you want to jump to the end of those and get into the products for this video. So in my first video, episode 1 of this multi-part series, my micro RV boondocking gear, I introduced everyone to my 2-week boondocking cooler without any power, my no-seam window bug screen with rain shield, and my rooftop rack and cargo carrier. So that's episode 1, and look up the top left of the screen. I'll have a card that you can go to that and get all the information about those items. In my episode 2, I introduced you to the bug zapper / flashlight / emergency light / reading lamp / tent light, just an all-in-one bug zapper light. And then the next items is 2 items really. It was the 2 fans that I have, the large one and the small one. The main thing about those is one, I can take hiking, but both of the fans, the batteries can charge other devices. So check out episode 2 for that. And then in episode 3, I introduced you to my jump starter / battery pack that allows me to use about 80% of its battery to charge other devices, because I only need about 10 to 20% of that battery to jump off my car a dozen times. And I also introduced my battery pack inverter that I use for my laptop and to charge other devices. And in episode 4, I introduced to you my 1200 watt inverter that would hook to the battery or to the cigarette lighter, and that I could actually run it all the way outside the vehicle, onto a table, into my tent, to the back of the micro RV with the extension cable. And then there was the 2 portable solar panels with 4.2 amp fast charging ports that I can charge either while I'm going down the road by putting them up on the dash, or just laying them outside somewhere, as well as whenever I'm backpacking. I just strap it to the back of my pack and I can charge a little bit as I'm walking. Then I showed you my Garmin RV780 Navigator that's specifically for RVs. So that allows you to put in your rig's size, the length, width, height, weight, all kinds of information and specifics, so it won't take you down roads you can't fit on safely, or under bridges you can't fit under. So this one's specifically for RVs. So if you RV at all, you need one of these. So go back and check out that episode as well. And check out the card or the links below, and you'll figure out how to find that one. So let's get started with episode 5 of my multi-part series covering all my boondocking micro RV gear. The first item in this episode is going to be another Garmin Navigator. This is the inReach Explorer Plus for hiking, and it's meant as a mobile device. It helps me navigate while driving or on foot, and that's satellite based. I don't know if I said that. It's waterproof, it's rugged, it's got a SOS feature here on the side. that you can push. If you're hurt, you can't talk. Whatever, you're falling, it's whatever. You're in camp. You know, maybe you want to be quiet. Maybe there's someone outside your vehicle. You know, people traveling solo, especially women traveling solo. It's not a good idea for you to get out there and start confronting people in your campsite. So, yeah, if you got cell service, you got a phone, you can call police, that's great. But what if you have no cell service? So this gives you freedom and security both. And it gives you a map, so you can do waypoints, and you can, again, do it beforehand. You can plan your trip, add waypoints as you go along. You can communicate to people back home via email. You can do short codes, texts rather, and say, I'm okay, everything's okay. Again, on my in-depth reviews, I'll show you more on this. But again, this is priceless as well. So I'm out hiking. You know, I don't hike without this. And that's not to say I don't print out hard copies of the maps as well and have a compass as well. But this makes it a lot easier. And as long as I got power and I'm not inside a cave, this is going to work for me. So this is another multiple use. It's safety, it gets me weather, it gets me a map, it tracks where I am, I can communicate. Even when I'm somewhere that there's no cell service, I can't call anybody, I can't text anybody, I can't get emails, nothing, I can communicate with this device. To family, get weather reports, get a map, know exactly where I am. It's got a compass to show me exactly which way I'm going, and it's got that SOS feature. That's what it looks like. It's just real small, actually. So that was the Garmin inReach Explorer Plus. Again, multiple use. My dash cam, or video dash cam. It's got a backup camera. So let's see if I can find the backup view. Yeah, you can switch from the front camera or back camera. So it's got both a front and a back camera, so you can see the different views. So it's not just a dash cam. It will auto record for you. The way it works coming out of the box is the engine's got to be running, right, as you're driving down the road. So this gives me security that it's always recording anytime I got the engine running, anytime I'm moving. So, you know, there's some crazy people out there, crazy drivers. A lot of times in a court with the police, it's your word against theirs. If you record it, you've got a witness. You've got an eyewitness to the accident as to who did what. So this is part of my security right here for not only when I travel for that type of thing. It's also a camera. I can take pictures with it. I can tell it to record. So if I want to capture someone's license plate, so I can, even though it's filming all the time, I can tell it to film and zoom in and capture, you know, as a picture or the video. And of course I can control whether it's the front camera or back camera. And this is amazing. In pouring down rain where I can hardly see past the end of the car, for some reason, I don't know what technology it is, I can look on that camera and see clear as day. So that's a very safe feature of it. So a double use again. It's got loop recording, which means you're not going to run out of space on your card. It creates, I believe, 60 seconds or something. I would have to look back for sure. 60 seconds or 30 seconds files, one right after another. And as it starts getting full, it will start writing over the oldest files. So you never run out. Of course, I take enough SD cards with me that each day I replace mine so I don't have to worry about it overwriting something, because I don't every day go back on there and look and see what it recorded. I'll just swap it out every day, because I never know. It might be several hours later or the next day or 2 days down the road till I figure out, say, hey, someone stole something out of my camp. I want to have that video. So that's why every day I swap it out. But you don't have to. I've heard some that will only swap it when they know there's something on there. Like something just happened, before the end of that day, they'll go through and swap out that card and put another one in. So they've got that hard copy of it. It also has G sensor. So if you get in an accident, it will detect that G shock, that G sense, and lock that file so it won't be overwritten. So even if you get in an accident and you're unconscious, you get taken away to the hospital, whatever, you can have someone later come back to that vehicle, pull the card out of the camera, and it locked that file so it was not overwritten. Thirdly, so you can see that this camera does multiple different things. And I'll tell you at the end even more about this camera. But the fourth thing we've got is the 24-hour parking monitor. I should mention, and they do mention it here in the text, but for this to work, you have to buy the additional car charger. So it's hardwired into your fuse block of your car, which I'll have a video on that as well. It's not that difficult at all. If you can change batteries in your camera, you can do this. But with this, I don't have to have the car running. The dash cam becomes a security camera, a motion sensor security camera, 24 hours a day. So the keys don't even have to be in. The car does not have to be running. I don't even have to be there. I can be out hiking. I can be whatever. I can leave the car in a parking lot, whatever. 24 hours a day, it's going to start recording when it sees movement. And you can adjust the sensitivity of it and all that kind of stuff. And this charger, this hardwire charger they call it, is really a battery monitor. So you can imagine if you leave it sitting there and the camera is recording, hour after hour after hour, day after day after day, you're just going to run your car battery down, right? And then you're going to be in trouble, unless you got a jump starter battery like I've got. But what this hardwire charger does for you, it monitors your battery and it won't let it get below the point that it needs to start your car. So that's what that hardwire kit does for you. So once you have that, it can be a security system 24 hours a day, and not just for your car. I've got it sitting outside of my homestead, or when I go into town and I'm inside a store, it's 24-hour security for my micro RV. It's going to capture any movement, front or back. So there you go. Everybody get one of those.
And that's going to do it for this episode of my multi-part series of my custom micro RV build products and gear. If you have any of these items, please let me know in the comments. Let us know what your experience is. Are this good or bad? Did it work for you? And I'd like to know what you think. Does this gear sound like it would be items you could use that would help you, that make sense to you? Or if they don't, I want to know that as well. So let us know in the comments. And like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, I hope everybody has happy and safe travels wherever life leads you.
One is for you to be happy. Give me a chance to show that you can be. Well, open your